All right, welcome to the Explainer. So, your book club is diving into Dragon Master Crimson Thunder? Perfect. You've definitely come to the right place. We are going to break down all the juicy themes and conflicts that'll give you plenty to talk about. Let's jump right in.
So this book, wow, it does not waste a single second. It just throws you right into the middle of the chaos. These are the last cryptic words from the Dragon Master to his son, Crimson. You can just feel the urgency, right? But there's love in there too, and a really chilling warning about a threat that's lurking just out of sight.
Okay, so these aren't just, a father's last words. Nope. Think of them more like an ignition switch. This moment is a violent transfer of power. One era just slammed shut, and a massive legacy has been dropped right onto the shoulders of a son who is so unprepared for the hurricane that's about to hit.
So you might be asking, what exactly is a Dragon Master? Well, it is way more than just a title. It's a sacred bloodline, a direct line to this ancient, powerful entity called Dark Thunder, the very source of power for all male dragon shifters. And on top of all that, it's the huge responsibility of leading your entire people. No big deal, right? And then, just like that, he's gone. Murdered. So with his father's death, everything, the title, the power, and yeah, all the insane dangers that come with it, it all lands squarely on Crimson's shoulders.
And this, right here, is where we hit the book's central conflict. This is your first big theme for your book club. Crimson goes to step into his father's shoes, but what does he find? They're just filled with secrets. He's basically forced to feel his way through this world of shadows that his father left behind.
And let me tell you, that burden is just immense. I mean, inheriting a kingdom is one thing, but inheriting a war you didn't even know was happening? A war started by the man you called father, but are now realizing you didn't really know at all? That is a whole different level of heavy.
Just look at the difference here. It's so stark. Crimson isn't just trying to follow in his father's footsteps, he's completely lost in his dad's shadow. He gets all of the enemies, but none of the friends. All of the power, but none of the knowledge on how to use it. Talk about being set up to fail.
And the pressure is just boom, it's on him. It's immediate, and it does not let up. Think about this. He's being hunted by the people who murdered his dad, he's being watched like a hawk by a super suspicious council, and he's being betrayed by traitors inside his own crew. It's an absolutely impossible situation right from page 1.
Okay, book clubs, here's a great one to chew on. What's the real threat here? Is it the assassins who are actively trying to kill him? Or is it the crushing, suffocating weight of this legacy that's built on secrets he can't even begin to understand?
You know, it all comes down to those secrets. They're the key to absolutely everything. If Crimson wants to survive, he has no choice. He has to untangle this ridiculously complex web his father spun.
So his father's last words, they point him towards a secret chest. But this isn't just some personal treasure hunt. Oh no, the survival of his entire people, everyone, depends on him finding whatever's in that chest and getting it to these ancient beings, Lytris and Dark Thunder.
And here is the big twist. His father wasn't just being secretive for the sake of it. He was magically bound. Get this. 7 unbreakable oaths made it impossible for him to speak the truth. 5 of them were for his own secrets, and 2 were for other people's. So he literally, physically could not have told Crimson the truth, even if he'd wanted to. Wild, right?
So what kind of secrets are we talking about? Well, for example, one of those oaths was hiding a super dangerous one, a forbidden partnership with a guy named Master Coral. And who's Master Coral? Oh, just a powerful shifter who was kicked out by the very same council that's now making Crimson's life a living nightmare.
Here's another great topic for your group to really dig into. What was his father's real motive? Was he actually protecting Crimson from a dangerous world? Or did all that silence just leave his son totally unprepared and vulnerable? It's that classic question, right? Protection versus preparation.
Look, in a world this messed up and treacherous, you just can't survive alone. It's impossible. So Crimson has to figure out, and fast, who's on his side and who's got a knife waiting for his back. Because making the wrong choice, well, it won't just be a mistake, it'll be his last.
So this basically maps out the political minefield Crimson just walked into. You've got the council, who are definitely not his friends, breathing down his neck. You've got this shaky alliance with La Patronne's wolves. And then there's the total wild card, Master Coral, the exiled rebel. Is he a friend? Is he a foe? Who knows? He could be a game-changing ally or another deadly enemy.
And somehow, in the middle of all this political chess in constant danger, something else starts to happen. A really fragile personal connection starts to form. His relationship with Nyla, it becomes his anchor. It feels like this desperate plea for just one real thing in a world that's completely built on lies.
And this question, man, it gets right to the emotional core of the whole story. Is his bond with Nyla a source of strength that helps him keep going, or is she just another weakness, another target for his enemies to aim at? That's a perfect discussion right there, exploring the real stakes of their relationship. So, every single thread we've talked about, the murder, the secrets, the alliances, even the romance, it's all starting to funnel down into one single driving purpose. Everything comes down to this. Crimson has to find that chest.
And there it is. Suddenly the goal is crystal clear. Inside that chest is the proof he needs to finally take the fight to his father's killers. It's the key to everything, to justifying a war and getting justice, not just for his family, but for all his people.
And just listen to the tone there. This isn't about justice anymore, is it? No, this is about vengeance. This is the moment we see Crimson fully step into his new role. He's not just a leader now. He's a predator. The grieving son, he's gone. The Dragon Master has arrived.
And that leaves you with one final, really juicy question to kick off your discussion. Crimson's on a path now that's probably going to force him to defy his own counsel, to break all the rules to get the vengeance he's after. So, here's the question. At what point does a hunt for justice turn into something else entirely? Lots to talk about there. Enjoy the read.